As an English-speaking professional, just how important is it to try to understand and use idiomatic phrases in the workplace? And also, what level of English must we be in order to achieve this at a comfortable level? Well, if you're a C1 or C2 English proficient user working with English-speaking colleagues, you'll want to show you have a strong command of the language and that you can interact and understand the nuances of English expressions. You won't want to miss out on the benefits of learning idioms in this case. Using idioms in the workplace allows you to connect better with colleagues on a deeper level, and it fosters better collaboration throughout. Welcome to the Word of Mouth English Studio channel, where we discuss all things accuracy, articulation and grammar and help you boost your output and input strategies. Your output strategies being your speaking and writing, and your input being your reading and listening skills. In today's video session, we'll try incorporating all four skills in order to help you navigate the world of idiomatic phrases a little better. So, what is an idiom? Idioms are a natural part of any language, and they often convey meaning that can't be directly translated. We've all been there. We've all tried to make an impactful presentation. We've all tried to convey a particular emphatic point or express a particular message in, say, a joke or as part of an anecdote or a story as a narrator, or when talking to our colleagues about something interesting that had happened to us the other day, by using figurative language, by trying to incorporate what we thought was an effective figure of speech or an effective phrase or collocation or verb phrase or even an idiom that left everybody a little bit confused, bewildered, or that stopped everybody in their tracks, or that made people look at you differently. So, did you really convey that message to the best of your abilities, or did you lose your audience somewhere along the way? Was your audience left looking lost, or did they understand the message you were trying to convey? How successful is your speech? Or how successful is your use of conversational English? By learning idioms, not only do you enhance your language skills, but you also demonstrate your fluency and cultural awareness, which is why, as a trainer and linguist, I have always found idioms to be particularly fascinating and intriguing. Since I speak more than 2 languages, and I speak 2 languages fluently and 2 others at intermediate level, I've always found it really interesting how phrases and how collocations, figures of speech and different idiomatic expressions are used in a variety of different languages to convey meaning, and how controversial changing or using or substituting one idiomatic phrase and translating it in a different language might cause upheaval. So I think it's particularly important to also discuss that translating idioms may be somewhat unacceptable or controversial in some cultures or languages or in certain parts of the world. So always take that into consideration. Moreover, idioms can add colour and personality to a person's speech, making your conversations more engaging and memorable, which is precisely what you want to do when giving a presentation, or if you've been asked to head a meeting or to give a conference. In addition to speaking, using business idioms can help you understand the language used by native speakers in a variety of contexts, such as meetings or negotiations, presentations, staff parties and get-togethers, networking events such as trade fairs, and also training sessions and conferences. Learning idioms allows you to participate actively in discussions and to express yourself with more confidence. And lastly, by learning to incorporate idioms into your professional vocabulary, you demonstrate a dedication to continuous learning and growth, which not many of our professionals might be aware of. Because learning idioms shows that you are willing to go the extra mile to improve your language skills, which can lead to new opportunities and career advancement. So let's get started into how to use idioms effectively. A good place to start is by trying to familiarise ourselves with idioms. In fact, by looking at the assortment of idioms I have on my whiteboard here, how many of these have you seen or used before? How many of them are you familiar with using in sentences of your own? Today we'll also check whether you're using them or whether you've been using them accurately. Try to match as many of these idiom beginnings as you can with their endings. The first one would be to get the ball rolling. And we close the books. He came up short. You corner the market. They gave us the green light. And things went through the roof. How many of those idioms did you get right? Now let's go to the other side, where we've got more idioms to match. We do things by the book. Something is a safe bet. There are many grey areas. Things wouldn't be looking up if you were in the red. But then, of course, there's also red tape. And it's a long shot. So how many of these sets of idioms have you matched correctly? And can you use each of these idioms, respectively, in sentences of your own? Let's find out how to do just that in the second part of this video tutorial. In this section of our presentation, I'll be sourcing material from LinguaHouse. These expressions today are suitable for levels B2 and C1. Here are some of the very common idioms in the business world that you may already have picked up at B2 upper intermediate level, and of course that you might already start to use at C2 and C1 advanced English levels. We'll give you some time now to match the underlined idiomatic expressions with the correct meanings. Take some time to do this now. Now that you've had a look at the way these idioms are used in context, is it clear for you to figure out the meaning? Let's have a look at how you did to see whether you've got them down or whether they're not accurate. There are lots of audits in our industry, so it's important to do everything by the book. When we do things by the book, we do them according to the rules. We needed to raise $1 million to invest in the marketing plan. Unfortunately, we came up short. So to come up short is failure to achieve a goal. It has been difficult to become a successful search engine since Google cornered the market. So to corner the market is to dominate a particular sector. We really need to get the ball rolling on this project. The deadline is next month. So we'd use the expression to get the ball rolling when we want to say that we need to start a work project with a certain urgency. Jack took a low-paying job at a large law firm just to get a foot in the door. To get a foot in the door, or to get your foot in the door, is to take a low-level position within a company with the goal of eventually getting a better position with the same company in the future. Last month was incredible. Our sales went through the roof. If sales go through the roof, then that's very positive because that means there's very rapid increase occurring. The company is going to close the books at the end of December. A company closes its books at the end of the bookkeeping period. That means it stops taking orders in order to end the period. So think about how you could use it and when the end of the bookkeeping period naturally occurs in your own company. And finally, our boss decided to give us the green light to begin work on the new marketing campaign. So if you've got the green light, that means you can go ahead because someone's given you permission to start work on the project. In this section of our training, we'll now be focusing on your ability to use some of these idiomatic phrases more naturally. Do you always do things by the book in your business? Can you mention a few examples of this? Does your company always achieve its goals, or do you sometimes come up short? Notice, come up is a phrasal verb, and short being the adjective, so all of these together make it a coherent idiom. Is it easy to corner the market in your industry? How would you answer this question? And can you answer it in full? Did you need to get a foot in the door at the start of your career? Tell us what you did to achieve this. Do you always get the ball rolling early on projects, or are there often delays? And who is responsible for giving the green light on work projects in your company? How would you answer each of these questions? Can you pause the recording to answer each of them as accurately and coherently as you can? In this section, we'll look at some more business idioms that we'd already looked at previously at the start of today's presentation. But can you match the following expressions on the left to the definitions on the right? In other words, are you able to register and identify these idioms? To be in the red means not to be profitable. So if your business is in the red, it's operating at a loss. The idiom red tape discusses the excessive rules and procedures within a system or operation or company, in other words, bureaucracy. A grey area is something that can't be easily categorised or something that is perhaps unclear. A long shot is something that has a low probability of happening, whereas, on the contrary, if something is a safe bet, it's something that will probably happen or likely to happen in future. This exercise will help you to use idioms in context, not just to be able to identify them individually. So try doing this exercise now. Personally, I believe the new marketing strategy is a bit of a long shot. It's pretty unlikely to succeed. When something is unlikely to succeed, it is unlikely to be successful or unlikely to happen. The company has been in the red since the price of oil began to rise rapidly. Things haven't been looking up. It is a safe bet to invest in smartphone technology. It's certain to become even more profitable in the future. Therefore, when making predictions with a certain tone of certainty, a safe bet should be a good idiom to use. The lawyers were not sure if the product was completely legal. They said it was a grey area, which is probably not a good idea to go into if you're thinking of making profit and doing things in an ethical way. So a grey area is an area that's not easily categorised or a little uncertain to venture towards. There's a lot of red tape in our industry, and it's costing us a great deal in legal fees. When something costs you a great deal, it's another fixed expression that means it's quite expensive or it costs you an arm and a leg, which is another idiom that you might want to use, or things are costly, in other words. Now that we've reached the end of today's tutorial, can you discuss these questions in full? Can you answer them with confidence and with minimal hesitation? Try to prepare to answer these 4 questions. Is there a lot of red tape in your industry? Can you mention a few examples of this? What would you describe as a safe bet in your particular industry? And what would you describe as a long shot? Can you think of any grey areas in your industry that prevent customers or clients from achieving a certain goal, or that perhaps limit or inhibit employees from achieving a certain goal? Do many companies in your industry operate in the red? And can you give examples of these in 2023? And can you also make some predictions for companies that will operate in the red in the upcoming year? Thanks for watching today's video tutorial. As always, if you enjoyed the content of our videos and would like to see more, then please give this video a thumbs up to show your appreciation, and please subscribe to my channel on your way out. Check out our course offers for 2024. In the description below, you'll find all the codes and links you'll need to use when registering for your course online via our website. So visit our website at womslearnenglish.com to learn more about the different types of courses we offer online. We offer General English, Business English, and also Cambridge exam training preparation courses for a variety of professional requirements. Also, let us know in a personalised email if there's anything we can do to help you with your English requirements. Send us an email at office@womslearnenglish.com explaining your particular requirements to us, and we will create a tailor-made lesson or course for either individual or group courses. We are a B2B English service, but we also provide courses for individuals as well, provided there is space in the course. So thank you very much. Let us know, and yes, also let us know what kind of content you'd like to see more of in 2024 in our videos. Let us know in the comments, and see you next year. Happy holidays.